Hey Capricorn, these are your channeled messages and reading for mid-October 2020. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the clairaudient channeled messages that I got for you for the end of October. So the first thing I heard was prying eyes. So Capricorn, maybe you have a cross watcher, or maybe there could be a need to watch your space for some reason. And then these are just general, messages that I picked up for somebody that could be watching this video. So just keep that in mind. So the next thing I heard was living in Atlanta with a relative. So that is something that some Capricorn is doing. And then I heard pediatrics. And then I was like, okay, what does that have to do with? And they said pharmacology. And then they said needing a degree, study in upcoming season. So that's a pretty direct and specific message for someone, a Capricorn out there, about if that is something that you have been thinking about going to school for. It seems like this is a very auspicious time to do that. And the best time might be in this upcoming next semester. And then I heard bridge the gap in wage with selling incense. So perhaps that's something that someone out there is doing. And I kind of got that in like two separate messages, but they definitely went together. So, I mean, it could also be taken the other way as bridge the gap in wage with selling something, and then for somebody, obviously, that's a very specific message. But so anybody who has been thinking about taking a leap into doing their home business or whatever it is, it seems like this is a good time to think about doing that. Then I heard someone is joining a club that enters competitions. And I kind of was like, okay, could you give me a little more on that? And they said athletics. So, but I also got the impression that it might not be like extreme athletics for everyone. It could be like frisbee golf or something, for instance. But there's Capricorns out there that are joining clubs right now to do something physical, it seems. And then the last thing that I heard, and somebody let me know if this resonates with you because this was just kind of strange, but it was about aggregate ratios. And so when I looked that up, it seemed like it had a lot to do with concrete specifically. So I don't know if someone is doing like some kind of masonry work or like mosaic or something with art, or that is something with your job. But it also could be about like mixing ratios of something together to make like the proper consistency. So, however that resonates for whoever, I mean, it also seems like it could have a spiritual component to it as well. But usually when my guides tell me something or I channel something like that, it's usually really specific and literal. So I don't know, Capricorn, if somebody wants to tell me what's up with the concrete, that would be enlightening. So, Capricorns, I'm going to go ahead and get some cards here to see what kind of energy you will have surrounding you, or any kind of situation that you'll have surrounding you in the end of October 2020. Speaking of, masonry, I mean, that could be another thing too. It would be kind of surprising to me, but I wouldn't also be blown away if that message was for somebody thinking about something with Freemasonry or something like that. So, Capricorn, the first thing we have out here is direction, which is the number 42, and it says navigation, guidance, and signs. And it did kind of come out in the reverse, and then for some reason right away I flipped it upright. So we will just interpret it as this is a situation that could be kind of transforming for you in the end of October. So, and this would also really go along with the channeled messages as well, since it seems like there are some Capricorns out there who are thinking about going back to school. Perhaps work isn't paying you the wage that you feel like you need to get by, and maybe you just feel like there's something different and better out there for you. So it could be that currently, Capricorn, you could feel like a little directionless, or just, you know how in a transitional time you might have like a lot of ideas floating in your head, and like, I haven't really committed to something yet, so you know, I have several other opportunities, and you kind of just don't know where to go. But I see that turning into the upright for you in closer to the end of October, or probably fairly, you know, soon. I mean, 2 weeks isn't that long anyway, but it seems like you are going to find some direction, and it seems like Spirit is also going to be speaking with you to encourage you in the direction that is for your highest good. So let's see what else Spirit has for you, Capricorn. Sorry, I'm being like super noisy in this one. And I just did these upside down. So Capricorn, we have conflict that came out, and it did come out reverse. It's a number 28, and it says discord, disagreement, and common ground. And it came out with distance, divide, separation, and discord upright. So that's really interesting that we have two cards that say discord, and I don't think that that's like a super common thing in this deck. I could be wrong. I haven't had it for that long, but so okay, so number 28 and then a number 38. So I feel like the conflict has taken place. And I'm also, because this card is red, you know, there's some real mirror imagery going on here with these two cards. So for the red, I'm taking as like your base chakra. It's very real. It's happened in like the physical world. So I think that this event has taken place already, where there's some kind of conflict or disagreement. And then there was some separation that was put between the two of you for whoever this is resonating for. So the green I'm taking for the heart space. And so this, with, you know, with the physical space, this happened, and there could have been a physical separation now. Like, I don't know if you moved away from each other, or, you know, just like had to get away for a while. It seems like there was a physical separation, but now what is coming is like this distance in the heart space. But I do see this distance as being something that is able to be healed. So divide, separation, and discord. So let's see what else Spirit wants to tell us about this one. And this card is about how you can kind of see that this bird down here is like, no, I am not listening to this other bird. He just has like no interest in the other one's point of view. So Capricorn, you might be resonating with the person who's like, I don't know what that person is thinking. I don't know how to get through to them. Like, I'm just trying to get them to understand my feelings, is kind of what I'm sensing from this. And they're just like, no, my heart chakra is closed to this right now, and I'm not hearing it. I'm trying to focus on other things and really pretending like, you know, that is all I'm focused on, is everything except for you. But I'm saying that and laughing because I don't think that's entirely true. And also, I'm turning this into a bit of a love reading here now, obviously, even though I felt in the beginning that, you know, with the direction, that seemed more of like a work thing to me in conjunction with the channeled messages. But this could also, what I'm talking about here with this conflict and distance, this could also really easily be for a job as well. Like, maybe there was a conflict and an argument, and there was some space put between you and this job. Like, you got less hours, or you took less hours, or, you know, you were like, I'm taking my vacation and thinking about things, or maybe you quit. And now with the distance here, you know, it could just be symbolizing that that's what happened there, if this is a work situation. So with that, we got the throat chakra that came out in reverse. So it really is reading to me, Capricorn, like someone here really is having trouble speaking their truth. I think one person is like really speaking their truth and saying it all, and they have no problem with that. And the other person just feels like they can't. And this could really resonate for somebody who's like empathic or has energy, like ener- sorry, has is energy sensitive or has abilities themselves. Like a lot of times, if that is you, you just tune into the other person's feelings, and so in an argument, you really totally understand, right? You like understand the other person's point of view more than they could ever know, and it takes all this strength to separate yourself from that, but also be compassionate and understanding, and then turn around and try to also speak your truth about it and be understood and heard. So that's kind of what I'm feeling strongly about this situation, Capricorn. So let's see if there's any other messages that Spirit would like to share with you about this. So yeah, so I mean, like with the channeled messages, how, you know, you might have a cross watcher, or there's prying eyes, you know, this kind of feels like this goes along with it to me, and somebody is doing that maybe because they feel like they need to speak their truth, or like maybe that's all they do is just like thinking about saying this thing to you. And but let's just see what else there is. So then we have the base chakra that came out. So with conflict, you know how I said that this reminded me of the base chakra as well in the beginning of this reading? It's kind of like this is where your stability, or like righting the situation, or coming back to your direction or navigation about this situation, starts here in your base chakra. So if you have worries about these other things, like how about speaking your truth, or your throat chakra, or any other chakra where this energy may be present from this situation that has like already taken place, it's time to start again and renew your energy by starting in your base chakra. And then you can work your way up from there in this situation. And I think that that's going to be very healing for you. And I think it's going to kind of naturally resolve some of the issues that you've been having. And again, I'm totally reading this like from the empath's point of view. But I shouldn't even really care about that so much, because maybe I'm feeling sensitive about that because, well, like the channeled messages said, I mean, about prying eyes. So anyway, empath Capricorn, I'm here for you. And this is your advice from Spirit, is just to reset in your base chakra. Your base chakra is open for this now. And you have a new plan, a new direction, new navigation moving forward. And that is going to naturally right some of this other stuff that is in here. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.